Hi, welcome back to another Saturday morning games. Sorry that this is coming out. It's probably going to be Monday morning when people see it go live. It'll be like sometime Sunday night after I'm done going to bed is when I'll start uploading it. I I apologize yesterday. I got some work, so I didn't plan around it. I should have pre-recorded on Friday and then uploaded Saturday morning, but I didn't. I apologize. This week, I'm talking about Kirby's Adventure. So Kirby, there was I don't remember what the name of the first game was called, but the first Kirby game was on the Game Boy. Kirby's Adventure was on the NES. I Playing through old games is fascinating and figuring out timelines because it's helping me clear up misconceptions. I did not realize that NES games and Game Boy games were coming out at the same time. I thought that Game Boy was happening like after NES because of Metroid and Metroid 2. This is also like due to Pokemon. In my head, Pokemon isn't happening concurrently with like Mario and Zelda, right? It's happening a little bit after them with Super Mario World and Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening? But I guess Link's Awakening. I meant Link to the Past. But right, so I really thought that Kirby's Adventure was the first Kirby game. And that was impressive to me because right off the bat, I was thinking like it hit so many tropes. And there are so many like things that I'm familiar with from Smash Bros. Now, playing it was very interesting because I know that Sakurai, the guy who does Smash Bros, it really seems like his baby is is Kirby. So, that was very apparent playing this game. It's very obvious because so many of the Kirby things in Smash are they were right out of Kirby's Adventure. There were the animations, the items, they felt very true in ways that several other games don't, or several other characters in Smash don't. I could see all the Kirby DDD Meta Knight, all of that stuff, like very very obvious and apparent when like Luigi is kind of weird, and maybe there's like more Luigi stuff, and there are people who are like, no, Luigi makes sense, and like Mario and the Inkling, it is incredible. A lot of them, like Bayonetta, is very close and feels very good, right? And I love playing Bayonetta, but literally all the other ones felt very, very, very like Sakurai knew and cared about Kirby and cared about Kirby being represented well in Smash, especially after playing Kirby's Adventure. Like Meta Knight. This is a great example. Meta Knight was a really obvious example because he does the in Kirby's Adventure he does the sword slash. There's the really I'm gonna try and impersonate it, but it's like the that was it's really bad. I'm sorry. I know that wasn't. Oh, I have no idea how they made that sound. But it was like I don't know all the terminology, but in Brawl, it was when I was playing Meta Knight in the adventure mode. It was the most common move I ended up doing just by hitting A or holding A or something. And in Kirby's Adventure, Meta Knight goes and he does that same move, but he doesn't make the noise. But when I saw him do that move, my brain automatically inserted that sound, that same sound from Brawl. It's so ingrained in my head that as soon as I saw that animation, it was just there. So the animation is still so good that it reads in Brawl the same way that it read in Kirby's Adventure, which is an NES game. So like naturally I feel like this extends to Ultimate and probably 4. I've not played 4. And I'm not a big Smash fan. And like even that I didn't play Kirby or Meta Knight or DDD. So the next one was when DDD was floating and would inhale air and then would go up. I was like, it's the same sprite. They just figured out how to make it 3D. It was really incredible. It's the same, and it was very cool. So in a way, it's kind of weird because this video just ended up being me talking about Smash Bros. And Kirby and Sakurai, and not so much about art and impressions, which is kind of weird. But Kirby was such a fun game. I'm very curious about how kids would respond to Kirby. Because I know kids are smart, but I feel like it's a little bit more complex than Mario. What with having different powers and then like the thundercloud needle cloud boss with the spikes and the thunder was really hard. And so I'm very curious what the like minimum age of entry for Kirby's Adventure is for it to be like accessible and fun in a game that is beatable, or like what is like the minimum skill level or something. There's definitely got to be reading. There's reading in the game, but I'm wondering like if I could read it to someone, how old would they have to be if I can just tell them what to do in order for them to actually do it? Because like Zelda feels very like the most unapproachable to me, and then Metroid, and then Mario, and in my head is the most approachable. And so Kirby to me feels more approachable than Metroid. So I would put it Mario, then Kirby, then Metroid, but I don't know if that's the case. I'm new to the the Kirby discourse. I've not heard a lot of people talk about Kirby. I really liked it. It was very fun. It was one of the most charming games I've ever played, which is great for an NES game. Which, maybe I shouldn't be saying that. NES games are really good. They were very effective. Like Metroid, the original Metroid, in terms of what Metroid sets out to do, it's very good. It's very effective. Like, you get lost and you're searching and you're looking for things. It's just got a bunch of old game mechanics that aren't very good. Kirby is unlike that, where it's very approachable. You die, you just start over at the beginning of the level. You get a game over, you go to your last save. There are, if I'm recalling correctly, there are checkpoints. So it's a very, very approachable game. And like that's got to be because it's the second Kirby game. So I'm curious like how the Game Boy Kirby game compares. But this one, Kirby's Adventure on the NES, it's very good. I played it on the Switch online membership subscription service that you get the NES online. So it's accessible, it's good, it's fun. The only thing that's a pain is that the final boss isn't easy. I definitely used the rewind feature on the final boss, which we have now. And it was one of those things where I rewound so that I would do the whole final boss again, so that I wouldn't lose lives, if that makes sense. So I just didn't want to lose lives. Did the final boss over and over and over again until I finally got it. And it was just one of those old school hard final bosses that kind of don't feel fair, but are still doable, if that makes sense. It was good game. Definitely worth a play. It was very short. It only took me 2 days to play. It was one of the 3 games. 2 days. It was one of the 3 games that I beat in like the first week of the year, right? I beat Echo, I beat BioShock, I beat Kirby's Adventure, and then started Bravely Default. So it's very short. Definitely recommend playing it. Get a hold of it, play it, and do so. Let me know if you do play it, what do you think in the comments? What do you think about other Kirby games? There's a new Kirby game coming out this year. It looks very good, but I don't think I'm going to get it until I beat the other Kirby games that I have. I have a few Super Nintendo Kirby games that I want to play, and so I'll go and I'll play through those, and then I'll see like if it goes on sale or something, if it's getting, or if I should get it like right then and there. There's a lot of games coming out this year. You all already know this. Thank you so much for watching my video. Tell me about games. Tell me about Smash Bros. Or Kirby, or like new series that you got into and then you got really curious about the remainder of the franchise because it wasn't something that you were really very big into. I would be very curious to hear about your experience with that. And I'm excited to play more Kirby in the future. I've got more. I'm going to play more. I don't know how soon it's going to be. I started Arceus. Oh my gosh, I'm playing Arceus. That means I have to record a predictions video. That's going to be hard. I haven't thought about Arceus predictions. Look forward to that. That's going to drop after this video drops. Thank you so much. I do hope that you have a wonderful week. I'll see you next Saturday morning with more Saturday morning games.